Russian nuclear bombers have been spotted skirting the coast of Britain in a chilling show of force by Vladimir Putin. Two Tu-160 planes were seen north of the Shetland Islands and were accompanied by a MiG-31 fighter during the 14-hour mission, which comes amid mounting tensions between Russia and the West. Kremlin jets recently brought down an American drone, with both sides then putting on shows of strength by nuclear bombers. The latest display of Kremlin military might comes as Russia's former President Dmitry Medvedev warned humanity stands on the brink of World War III. It is the third time in a week the Russian tyrant has staged patrols of his nuclear strike aircraft, and the second time in 12 days they have overflown the Norwegian Sea with Tu-160s. Video shows the bombers, nicknamed the White Swans, being refueled in flight during the mission, which comes after a similar display back in February. Two Tu-160 strategic missile carriers of the Russian Aerospace Forces have performed a scheduled flight in the airspace above neutral waters of the Barents and Norwegian Seas, lasting over 14 hours, said the Russian Defense Ministry. All flights of Russian Aerospace Forces planes are carried out in strict compliance with international rules of airspace use. The Tu-160, called the Blackjack by NATO, is a supersonic variable sweep-wing strategic missile-carrying bomber dating from the Soviet era. Along with Tu-95 MS bombers, the planes are the mainstay of Russia's long-range aviation. The Tu-160M is designed to strike enemy targets in remote areas with nuclear and conventional weapons. Putin ally Medvedev meanwhile told an audience in Moscow the West was to blame for taking the world to the brink of Armageddon. Medvedev, 57, is currently the deputy head of Russia's powerful Security Council and a former prime minister. He said, "The world is sick and is on the edge of the Third World War. And although we tried to avoid war for 30 years, it was imposed on us." He added that the threat of climate change was nothing compared to that of nuclear war, which exists today, unfortunately. It's growing with every day for known reasons. The Western world was unfair to our country to a large extent. Did they hear us? No, they didn't. Medvedev went on to warn that Russia was itself prepared to use nuclear weapons. He spelled out that Russian doctrine makes it clear that nuclear weapons may be used if Russia faces an act of aggression involving other types of weapons, which threaten the very existence of the state. He added, "In fact, it is about using nuclear weapons in response to such actions. Our potential adversaries should not underestimate this. All these speculations about how the Russians will never do this are worthless. The Western analysts and Western commanders, both military and political leaders, should simply assess our rules and our intentions." Medvedev was elected president of Russia in 2008 after Putin was forced to step down due to term limits. He was once considered more liberal than Putin but has become more and more hardline in his statements, particularly since Putin ordered the invasion of Ukraine.